Hey, hey everybody, this is the August 26th, 2025 live training and coaching call. I'm going to start right away with the 10 fitness myths that still are alive, surprisingly. Let's just jump straight into it. Myth number one is that you need to do cardio to lose fat. Now, does cardio help to lose fat? Yes, especially if you go walking, low intensity cardio. But strength training will always burn more calories long term because of the muscle that it builds. And of course, it boosts your metabolism and all that. Now, in my program, I do conjugate training, and that burns fat while building the muscle that keeps it off. So cardio just burns calories during while you do it. Strength training burns them for hours after because you build muscle. So that's one. You don't, do you need to do cardio to lose fat? Not necessarily, but definitely go for walks. Myth number two, you cannot build muscle while you're in a caloric deficit. That is technically true, but for the average American is so completely out of shape that even if they're on a caloric deficit, their muscle memory, their muscles are so inactive that with adequate protein intake and progressive overload, you can absolutely still build muscle while losing fat simultaneously. I see this with my clients constantly. Um, the perfect conditions for body recomposition is when you are undertrained and overfat. So a lot of times your muscle's just asleep. And then you get on a caloric deficit, but then your muscle wakes up and then you're building muscle and losing fat. So myth number three is you need to work out for 90 minutes to see results, or more is better. Now, I don't want to go too far in this, but you want to keep it to 45 minutes. So keep your workouts to 45 minutes exactly. 60 minutes is okay, but really that's the max. 3 times a week. Longer workouts often mean you're just doing more useless stuff. So always quality over quantity. And also you got to remember after 45 to 60 minutes, your body starts producing cortisol. So hit the big movements hard, then get back to your life. Myth number four is eating late at night makes you fat. Nothing makes you more fat than just calories, total calories. Now, in a way, eating late at night does make you fat because it's the excess calories that make you fat. And when do those excess calories come? Well, those are always the last calories you eat, right? Because if you're at 2,500 calories and that's your maintenance level, and then the last calories that you eat is 200 calories, yeah, it's going to happen at night. So technically, yeah, but it's not that just because you eat late at night that you got fat. That's not how it works. So, the myth number five, carbs, and I'll just name it one word, carbs. You don't have to give up carbs to lose fat. In fact, if you time your carbs strategically, you will enhance fat loss. I mean, most of you guys are eating 100, 200 grams of carbs daily and you're still losing weight. It's about when and what type of carbs, not eliminating carbs altogether. So the types of carbs, obviously, as you know by now, potatoes and fruit, those are the best ones. And if you are going to go for something that's not potatoes or fruit, sprouted grains, sprouted stuff, high fiber cereal, high fiber stuff. So, yeah. Um, Myth number six is silly, but it still lives. I can't believe it still exists. This is primarily among women, and that's that they believe that lifting weights will make them bulky. So, if you want to get bulky, basically, women that are bulky are just fat. That's just what it is. They build some muscle underneath the fat. But really, what it is, women who say they don't want to get bulky is basically just women saying that they don't want to lift weight. They don't want to put in any effort. What actually happens is when you build muscle, you get lean and defined if you combine it with proper nutrition. So, yeah, the bulky look comes from high body fat, not muscle. Myth number seven is that you need to eat perfect all the time. Not really. In fact, I think it's actually counterproductive for seeing results. If you eat perfect all the time, you're just going to turn into a psycho, and you're going to be no fun to be around. And yeah, it's like nowadays for me, for instance, I'm all about like not having caffeine 90 minutes upon waking, stop eating 3 hours before going to bed. sleeping with the eye mask on, sleeping with the earplugs, blah 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 blah, whatever it is, sleeping in a pitch black room. Um, you know, what is it? Taking theanine in the morning, taking creatine in the morning, etc. Looking at the direction of the sun. It's all good, but you don't want to become a neurotic weirdo. You know, you don't want to go too far into it. It's like those vegans that go way too vegan. They just went way too vegan, and now they're just weird. You gotta don't take yourself too seriously, right? So myth number eight um, is supplements. That's people that think that the only way to lose fat is to take supplements. I'm kind of iffy on that one because you don't need supplements, but you also really do because supplements are to supplement something, first off, that's already solid. So if your nutrition sucks, then supplements are going to do nothing. But everybody should be taking a good fish oil. Everybody should be taking vitamin D. Everybody should be taking chlorophyll. Everybody should be taking chromium picolinate. Um, Everybody should be taking magnesium. So there are supplements that are for overall health, but yeah, when it comes to performance supplements, protein powder, well, it's not really a performance supplement, but it's a food replacement. And then creatine as well. Creatine is so important, but it's not necessary, but it is really good. If that makes sense. Um, yeah, myth number nine is spot reducing fat. Some people still say it. So you cannot spot reduce fat. You can only lose fat through a caloric deficit, and that happens over your whole body. And abs are made in the kitchen, but abs are built through compound movements like deadlifts, squats, because that's you use your core with those exercises. You cannot crunch your way to a six pack if it's covered by fat, right? Now, myth number 10 is that age, the older you get, the harder it is to lose fat. That is actually the opposite. I think the older you get, the easier it is to lose fat because you make better decisions. You're more wise. My best transformations happen with people over 35. Recovery does take longer, but you have better focus, you have better consistency, and you have better resources too. Age is definitely not an excuse. So it's really just a mindset. So yeah, um, those are the 10 myths. And of course, there's a ton of examples, but these are basically things that I used to hear like 10, 15 years ago, and I still hear them every single day. So it's just that mainstream fitness advice, it's not very valid. So, um, what about you guys? Did anybody believe these myths, or did anybody used to believe these myths? Just raise your hand. Yeah, Shayna, which one? Let me see. Oh, I just hit asked on mute. I think I.
The one about how the older you get, the harder it
Oh,
is.
sorry.
I guess that's just been the older you get, the
Yeah.
harder it is to lose weight.
Okay.
Um,
Technically,
I
yeah,
think
go
it's
ahead.
just been an excuse in my family for a long time because my a lot of people in my family are overweight and they're just like, oh well, no, it's just too hard to do it. I'm too old now. I can't move. I can't do this and I can't do that. And it's like, but you can still move. You can still walk. You go to the mall and shop and stuff. You can lose weight. So that was one that I kind of grew up on.
Yeah. And it's probably also the one that's still the most alive because technically, yes, your hormones do decline, right? Your metabolism slows down, you slow down, but the slowing down of your hormones, the slowing down of your metabolism, of your overall energy systems, uh, is outweighed by the wiser decisions and the consistency and the more calm and collectness or yeah, poise that you have at an older age. Most of my clients that are 40 plus, 35, 40 plus, they train way smarter. When I was in my 20s, I trained like an idiot. I mean, just loading up the bar, going halfway down, hurting my knees, whatever, it didn't matter. Because if you're able to recover super fast, then you can afford to make all kinds of mistakes. So being older just forces you to train smart, eat smart, and just be really smart about it. So yeah. Um, Anybody else? Janelle, Claudia, Viti, John? Boop, 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 boop.
I guess spot training was big for a while, and I believed it
Yeah. When did you stop believing in it?
when I stopped spot training and realized that it wasn't working.
Yeah. So what did you used to do to spot reduce?
Just like crunches and squats, but it was very targeted. Like my mindset was just do this one thing and it will kind of fall in place, but it didn't. Um, until I started training whole body, that's when I started seeing a little bit more of the result. And spacing out the workouts for so like leg day and then arm day versus back or whatnot. And then I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I'm driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think also cardio is kind of iffy for me, or it was iffy for me, because I would do cardio on an empty stomach and then not do anything else. Um, yeah,
So you would do cardio on empty stomach, spot reduce fat, and then do you
yeah.
kind of see how it works
So I
now?
would
Like,
only focus.
yeah. You
Yeah, and I think the overload of weight. So I started seeing a little more results when I started going heavier. Um, my legs were getting beefier, right? Like I have naturally chicken legs, like I like to call.
yeah.
But it was better when I was actually going heavier every time or every week or whatever the case was. Obviously, I'm not doing that right now, but when I was starting to see a little bit more results.
Yep. Yep, huge. That's definitely something along with like, you know, the older you get, the harder it is to get in shape. Women still, especially women, men don't really have this problem, but women still go to the gym and they do like 4 sets of 12, 4 sets of 15. And what happens is you get a burn and you feel it. You feel like you're building muscle, but really you have to get stronger. And it's harder to get stronger doing 12 reps than if you're doing, let's say, 6 or 8 reps, because 12 reps is such a long time to get there. But if you do, let's say, 5 reps or 6 reps or 8 reps, it doesn't take as long, and you can track more what the weight is that you're lifting. So yeah, progressive overload is everything. Now, with that said, right now, like for you, Janelle, you don't have those heavy weights available. One thing to still keep your muscle alive is hill sprints for sure. That's that explosive energy. It's called hypoxia too, where you deprive your muscles from oxygen. That really helps as well. And then, yeah, for you, I would just try to see how you can maybe get heavier weights. But if you cannot get heavier weights, then it becomes a matter of, okay, how much longer can you hold it? How much slower can you go? Or how many more reps can you do then at the heaviest weight? But
Yeah, I actually tested that yesterday of going slower on my reps, and I am sore today more than I was last week
it's good.
with the workout that I did because I was just focused and kind of visualizing what my leg was doing as I slowed down the movement. So, for example, like the leg lunge or the lunges with the heavy weight, I did a 12 dumbbell and I just kind of went slower down and up, kind of driving up a little faster, but try to slow down the movement on the way down. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but just try to slow it down overall.
That's good. Yeah, if you're up for it, this is for everybody too. Get yourself one of those magnets, put it on your phone, and then film yourself. I mean, I do it all the time, but I post it on my stories. But uh, and then just send it to me so I can check your form if you're up for it. Um, But yeah, that's good. Change up the workouts. That's why you're sore too, because it's something new. So yeah. Claudia has her hand raised. Let me see. Ask to mute. Claudia, what do you have? What's your myth that you used to believe in? Can you, you're not muted, are you? No. Well, is it? I cannot hear you.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Um,
There you are.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. My earphones are not working.
No
Um,
worries.
well, I don't think you mentioned this one, but I thought that more was better. Like I used to go to the gym for 2 hours, 4 times a week,
Yeah.
and um,
4 times a week for how long?
I don't know, like 2 hours. I would stay in the gym for like 2 hours or
Yeah.
more, just doing, using the machines. Um, and I thought that that was gonna get me, but I wouldn't see results. I wouldn't see I wouldn't lose weight.
Yeah.
And so I thought that I was doing, at some point I thought, okay, maybe I'm doing too much. Should do less. So this was like when in my 20s that I had the time, wake up at 4:30, go to the gym at 5 to 7, almost, yeah, 4 or 5 times a week. Yeah, but I think I was too tired all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's funny. I did the same thing when I was, 20, 25, or in my 20s. I would work out for like 2 hours straight. I was also, in college and all that. But yeah, no, it was horrible, and nothing to show for it too. But still, to this point, though, like to this day, I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes I'll go to the gym and I'm like, especially on upper body day, it's 45 minutes. I'm like, no, let me do another 20 minutes. You have to almost like you have to force yourself. If you have to force yourself to stop working out, you're in it. You're you're you've drank the Kool-Aid. Um, cool. Does anybody have any questions or any questions or wins that they want to share? All right. Any inspiration that they want to share? No. Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
You talked about supplements. Do you recommend a multivitamin or just whatever the ones that you just take to take those?
It's a great question. No, most multivitamins are, especially in pill format, it doesn't get absorbed right. It's just too many vitamins all at once. Multivitamin, I mean, imagine a multivitamin actually worked, right? Like all you have to do is take one multivitamin and then you don't need any other vitamins. It doesn't work. The best multivitamin you can take is an egg yolk or eating egg yolks, 2 or 3 a day. That is nature's multivitamin. No, that has all the vitamins you need except for vitamin C, but you'll get vitamin C in through fruit. Now, there is a brand that I like. Let's see. I'm looking it up. I think it's, yeah, Dr. Mary Ruth. Um, and they actually it's Dr. Mary Ruth, and it's for women and all that stuff, but it's really for men too. Oh, it's called Mary Ruth Organics. That's what it's called. And they actually have this at Sprouts. Mary Ruth Organics. Let me share my screen real quick. Share screen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Am I sharing my screen? Yeah, right? Yeah, I think I am. All right, so this is, I'm just trying to find the logo. Where's the logo? Here. Mary Ruth. They have it at Sprouts. This stuff right here. It's refrigerated. They have probiotics, and it's basically just a bottle. It also has stuff for like hair growth and all that stuff. But it also has this one, which I tried, the nighttime multi-mineral, and it really calms you down. It has all this adaptogens in and all that stuff. So if you were going to get a multivitamin outside of just eating eggs, that's what I would go for. I would try that. I wouldn't try pills. Honestly, I've never done multivitamins. The only time I've done a multivitamin was with, there used to be this multivitamin called the Animal Pack. And what they did with that was they put ginseng in it. So ginseng gives you energy. So it was like, oh, this multivitamin gives you energy. But they just, yeah, it was just all marketing. So no, the essential supplements are fish oil, 100%, 3, 4 grams. Creatine for as the performance. Studies are coming out showing that elderly women, women in their 60s, 70s, they're taking 10 grams of creatine, and it's improving their cognitive function. It improves your strength and all that stuff as well. Protein powder is not really a supplement; it's more like a food replacement. But then chlorophyll, I would say that's essential. Liquid chlorophyll. It's just so good for your liver, increases the red blood cell count in your body. Um, and then, chromium picolinate, vitamin D, and magnesium at night. Outside of that, there's other stuff, but that's also kind of a slippery slope where I would start with what I just mentioned. And it's also in the guide and all that in the app. But then start adding one thing at a time to see how you feel. So, yeah.
I have a supplement question.
Yeah.
What I know there's liquid aminos. What does that do to your body?
You mean like the salad dressing or like the,
No, I think it's a supplement. Like I don't even know. You can add it to water. Or you could take like unless I'm thinking of something else. Like creatine, I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry, but I think it's an amino acid.
um, yeah, so amino acids are basically pre-digested proteins. So amino acids usually come in powders because what you do is you get the powder, you mix it with water, and then you know, those are basically liquid aminos. But um, what that does is because they are pre-digested, they bypass your digestion and they go straight to the muscle. So they rebuild your muscle right away. They, recover your muscle right away. That's what amino acids do. But liquid aminos, that's like from Bragg, the brand Bragg, and it's a soy sauce alternative. So it's basically a gluten-free soy sauce alternative. It's yeah, that's more for like rice and stuff. Uh,
I
and
think I'm thinking of L-carnitine,
okay,
maybe powder.
L-carnitine, yeah, L-carnitine usually is in amino acid um, formulas, but yeah, I've never taken that by itself, really. I haven't done that. What it is for it helps preserve like muscle glycogen. I've never taken it by itself because if you take amino acids, it usually is added to it anyway. So because it spares the use of amino acids during exercise. But anyway, when you find it, just message me and I'll let you know. When it comes to like those type of supplements though, creatine, amino acids, and then pre-workout. I would say that's probably the holy trinity right there. Get a good pre-workout, good amino acids. Uh, Creatine can just be creatine monohydrate. I like the Keno Gains creatine because it tastes good, but yeah. And also, don't get your supplements at Costco. It's mostly garbage. Supplements usually, I'm sorry, don't get your performance supplements at Costco. They do have like good magnesiums and all that. But yeah. Oh, wait, somebody posted in the chat. Give me 1 second. I take that. All right. Um, any other questions, guys?
Hi.
Hey, Viviana.
So like I shared with check in. So I am losing weight, which is a win, but I don't want to lose too much weight. And I've been reading some of your emails. I came across one that you said that just eating like real food, and like the good protein. So I've been sticking to my 3 meals a day and, slowly increasing my protein. But do you have any other like advice?
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So step number one is to get more consistent with calories. Because overall, how many calories are you hitting on average?
I think my meals average between 400 to 500 calories. And then
No.
like I do get like some snacks in between, like walnuts or
Yeah. How many calories per day?
all right. Oh, a day I'm thinking 1,700, 1,800, maybe 2,000.
Yeah. And you're losing weight. The activity level is there. So that's good. I would just
Yeah.
make 2000 the non-negotiable. And this is great. This is a really good position to be in. Just hit 2000.
Hmm.
Now, this is very, very simple. Literally add a eat a bigger potato, add a sweet potato.
Okay.
Um, here's the deal. When you're eating 2000 calories, let's just say you're a woman weighing 150. Let's just say that. You want to eat about 130 grams of protein. If you're eating 1500 calories, you want to hit 130 grams of protein. If you're eating 2000 calories, you want to hit 130 grams of protein. If you're eating 2500 calories, you want to hit 130 grams of protein. So what does that mean? That means that as the calories go up, you don't necessarily need to increase the protein. You can just increase the carbs. And that's why when people cut calories, usually they cut carbs because they want to keep the
Yeah,
protein high.
okay. I've been cutting carbs. Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
See, oh, and this is a mistake a lot of people make, not just women, men and women. If you cut carbs, it's going to mess with your hormones. If all you do
Okay.
is just, yeah, because carbs are your muscles' fuel. So you need that, especially for the activity that you're doing. So
Right.
log all
I
your
mean,
food.
I do fruit,
Yeah.
vegetables, sprouted stuff, but I mean, I'm not really doing flour or even like multigrain or wheat. So I'm not doing that, but
Okay. Yeah, for me, it's fruit and potatoes. Those are like the staples. But yeah, no, if flour, wheat, I mean, it's all fine. In the end of the day, if you log it for a couple of weeks straight and then you get a baseline and then you can kind of eyeball it and then track your weight. So if you're concerned with, let's say, too much weight loss, and this happens often, if you're at a healthy weight, sometimes you'll lose weight faster, but um, you're going to have to track it. So you're going to have to track the calories and also the weight so that you know, okay, I'm eating this many calories and this is what my weight is doing. Okay, cool. If am I still losing weight? I need to eat more calories. So that's why I say let's go for 2000 calories a day and then go, if you're still losing weight, go to 2200 or raise it up.
okay.
But
Okay.
I wouldn't
Thank you.
change, yeah, I wouldn't change your activity level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know. Keep me posted on how it's going. And when you log your food, and this goes for everybody, just you got to log everything, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody else? This has been informative. I have to head to work. I'll catch the end in the replay. All right. Thank you, Shayna, for coming in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, does anybody else have anything else? Anything you want to share? There's always people who watch this in the replay, guys. I always get people asking me or sending me messages of like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that in the video." I'm like, "What video?" I'm like, "Yeah, the Zoom." And "Oh, you actually watched the replay." And it's funny because like I make these reels for Instagram, and in fact, I'm just gonna be real up front right here. I hate social media. Oh my goodness. I would get off social media if I didn't need it for my business. Everything, all these short attention spans, and I make these like 30-second videos in which I'm trying to explain something that really takes like 10 hours to explain. Um, but it always makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside if somebody says that they watched like a half-hour video with Zoom replay. I'm like, yeah, that person is going to get results. So if that's you and you watch this whole Zoom replay, then send me a message on the training app with the word. Send me a message with on the training app with the word Poppy, because that's a secret word. Send me a message on the training app with the word Poppy, and I will put you in my top 5 favorite people of the whole entire world. Right there with Santa Claus and Sylvester Stallone and some European soccer players that you don't know about. POPPI. All right, guys, cool. If you guys don't have anything, I'm gonna head out then. John, you got something?
Nope. Just was gonna
awesome.
say thank you.
All right, cool. No, thank you. Drive safe, and I'll talk to you guys next.
One last
Yes.
question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
For the recordings, do you want them on the app, the exercise recordings?
No, you can just message me the videos.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, message me that. Yeah. And what helps nowadays with the phones, you just put it on your back and just boop, just put it on the wall. Easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you for coming in. We'll see you guys later, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.